Okay, welcome to another episode of Till the Dirt. This is the Shahs Rewatch. And I know that I've been telling you guys that we're not going to make any more mistakes, that everything's going to work out perfect from here. And lo and behold, there has been another faux pas. Um, Cindy and I actually have already recorded an episode. We're doing
Tommy, my name is Christy.
Christy. Sorry, sorry. Sorry. See, look at that. Faux pas number two. We're not even 5 minutes in.
Oh my God.
Christy and I have already recorded or did Shah's season 2, episode 6, because that's what we're doing today. But when we recorded it, normally I kind of edit within 24 hours. This one, for whatever reason, I don't know. I let it kind of stall out for a few days. And then when I watched it, or when I tried to edit it, the file was corrupted and I couldn't do anything with it. So fast forward, we got to do this again. So without further ado, Christy, let's introduce yourself to the dirties.
Hey, Dirties. It's Christy Solomon. I'm calling in from Lakemore, Illinois. I'm a big fan of Shaw's. I'm a big fan of reality TV in itself. I'm excited, Tommy, we get to meet again um, and redo this because I probably sounded kind of like a dork with the previous one, but
Nah, you were good. You were good. You were good. Don't
thanks.
sweat it. Don't sweat it.
Thanks.
I truthfully, all you dirties that we've done them with so far, everybody's really been great. I'm not blowing smoke either. It's not hyperbole. I think that you guys are all very passionate about the
Yeah.
subject, and I think that you could take the biggest dumbass on 2 feet, and if they're passionate about something, they'll be somewhat entertaining. Not to say
Hopefully.
that any of you people are the biggest dumbasses on 2 feet. I'm just saying that, if it's something that you guys are excited about, I feel like it comes across. Now, what are you thinking so far of the show in general? Like, how much of the rewatch have you done?
Yeah, I've started from season 2, episode 1,
Okay.
up to I think I even watched after up to season 7. I've watched, the entire series from start to finish back when it was on, but rewatching it recently has been interesting to just see how everybody's changed and how even the production and everything is a little different now with reality TV. So,
Who now? What would you say? What's your favorite reality show?
favorite reality show. It's kind of all over the place. Big Real Housewives fan. I used to love Girls Next Door.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a good
Her
one.
kid, Kendra.
Kardashians.
Kendra's kid goes to the same school as our kid. I just
Oh,
I
with
just saw
Sam.
her a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow another podcast with Bridget and Holly that they do.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
And
You're listening to all the podcasts besides ours. What kind of
I
shit is
you
that?
guys are on one day a week.
Okay, okay.
I
I'll
gotta
let
have
that
my
slide.
rotation
I'll
going
let
here.
that slide. I'll let that
Yeah.
slide.
Don't
Well,
worry, you guys are my Monday morning drive into work.
okay, perfect. Monday, and then Mondays, it starts it off. So we're the first.
Yeah.
Um, Now when we get into this episode, Asa and Reza are besties.
Oh
They
yeah.
are they are besties. They're hitting it off, and
Looking
um,
like clowns in the car. Just
yeah. Well, I
yeah.
think I think that this is some foreshadowing. They even bring it up in the. I think they're trying to be the leaders of the group. I think
Sure.
they want to be. I think Reza doesn't have a long enough history with Asa
Mm-mm.
to be her to be the rival,
Right.
right? So it's easier for them to unite and try and run shit because he knows that he can pull strings with my wife. He
Yeah.
knows that. I think he kind of even knows that with Mike too. Um, you know, Mike really hasn't stood up for himself or stood on business yet, as they say nowadays, about anything yet. He's kind of just there. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? He's kind of
Going with the
just
flow, just like
yeah,
easy
yeah, like
going.
yeah. Can you
Yeah.
believe they're paying us for this? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's very much not. It's not his. he's not really, you're not seeing a lot of Mike so far. Well, the season one, the last few episodes, you really don't even see Mike. And then when this show picks up, season two, he's just kind of peppered in a little bit. So we don't really, I think we see a lot more of Gigi. And obviously she's a big talking point in the beginning of this episode. They're still kind of pissed about the fallout from that barbecue. Which, to me, it seems like ages ago, but I guess it's only a couple episodes, but they're still all pissy about that. But they're in the car, they're grooving out, and they, like you said, they look happy. She starts talking about fucking the Persian Coachella. Like, let me know when's the
She's
tickets.
the next Persian Britney Spears.
Yeah, when's the tickets when is that go on sale? Where's that gonna be?
She's thinking her boyfriend. She's riding on the coattails of the Jackson family there.
Yeah. What was the last hit he had too? You know what I mean? Let's
I don't even know her
exactly.
boyfriend. Yeah.
Exactly. People tell but whatever. Now they go to that lunch with MJ, my wife, with my wife and Gigi, and Gigi's trying to be somewhat contrite. She's not, ever. None of them are, so I can't even fault her.
Sure.
But that's the closest she's gonna get, probably, to, I was wrong. I'm trying to make
I gave
amends.
her props.
Yeah, absolutely.
To go to that lunch.
Absolutely.
Let's make this better. And
absolutely. Let's try and iron this out. And then Asa doesn't show up.
I know. That's like so rude.
Yeah, like I gotta go with Gigi on this. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to stretch out drama. Now, again, I personally feel that they've over exaggerated the amount of physical violence that Gigi goes. She pushed a couple of people at a party. You know what I mean? Like, and Asa didn't seem like she was scared either. She was basically like, "I'll break you in half. Come get some." So
she looked pretty good on the defense there.
Yeah,
she could handle herself.
Like the fact that they're still acting like this was this big, like she accosted her, and I think that they are trying to stretch it out for drama. I think everybody involved. I think the production. I think Asa, this is way easier than having to really sink your teeth into being vulnerable or what's going on. This is just real easy to stretch out the drama. But now she's got Reza on board too, and no one feels safe around Gigi. They don't want Gigi to come because Mike's planning this Mexico trip, which
this is like a way for Asa to get more airtime then too. She doesn't have to fight the spotlight with Gigi. Like
very true. And when the spotlight, like, Gigi has a way of sucking all the volume, sucking all the air out of the room, right? Because she wants all the attention. Let's get something straight. All these people want attention. That's why they're on fucking reality television. My wife is probably the one person that doesn't, but attention kind of comes at her. And I'm not trying to put her on a pedestal. Like I said, she's a character onto herself. She's not.
Yeah. You notice when something happens and they go and MJ has like confessional, she's kind of like the voice of reason. Like she just that's what it seems to be like.
And she's a great talking head. She's a great talking head. She does those. And so I think that they all want the shine, right? So if someone's going to steal the shine, they don't like it. Now, someone's going to steal the shine and they could take it away. They're going to try their best to do that. And I think that you just hit the nail on the head. I think Gigi has put herself in a spot that she's made herself very easily to be excommunicated, and they're running with it. You know what I mean? I think that I do not like that Mike basically threw Gigi, like they gave him an ultimatum and he was like, all right. And he basically told Gigi to kick rocks.
You can't come. I know.
Yeah, like he's a friend for a long time. That's why I don't necessarily know if that's not production. Because some of this shit's production. Like, obviously, Mike, for those out there, did not book this trip and pay for everybody to go to Mexico. That's production. That's a production thing. For all I know, production has decided we don't want Gigi to come because we got to teach her a lesson because we
Sure.
can't fight every time we film. It's not going to
Totally.
work out.
Becomes more of a liability then.
Yeah, not just liability. It becomes awkward filming a show. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you want, you know, a touchstone or a very important quality of reality TV is that people are open and honest, right?
Mhm.
And if I can't be open and honest with you for fear that whatever I say might cause you to, like, we got to roll
Mhm.
around on the ground, then I
Yeah.
might not say the thing. You know what I mean? And that doesn't do
Totally.
anybody any good. So I think that they got to rein
Yeah.
Gigi in. And again, I don't know this. I don't know that
Mhm.
this is what it is, but my guess would be that it's not just Reza and Asa saying that she can't come. I think production might, you know, because the way
Mhm.
that Mike kind of was willingly to be like, all right, she can't. I think everybody had to be on the same page that Gigi needs to be punished. And this is the way that we could kind of send a message to her. Because if you really look, this whole, you know, believe it or not, I feel bad for Gigi in this
Mhm.
episode
So
because
do I.
not just have they singled her out with that, when they all fucking have
Mhm.
bad behavior, dude. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. You know, when they all drink too much, my wife included. But like the next day, they go to that dinner or they go to the meal with Layla and her
And
dad.
her dad. Yeah.
And I felt there. Now, again, I completely understand where Layla's coming from. Layla's done all this work. They've, you know, they've planted all the seeds. They've been working on this extension business, and now she wants to step in and throw the party. And Layla, there's that constant sibling rivalry there. That,
Mhm.
you know, even without the cameras, it right now would still be going on if there was that meal where
Right.
Layla feels like I do all the work and I always hustle and she doesn't do anything and she gets all the praise. That's going on right there at that meal.
Yeah.
Like
And it's been going on before this, and now there's cameras there, so it just kind of probably like amplifies her emotions like 10 times fold.
100 from both standpoint. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because Layla, I'm sure now feels like finally there's someone here
Yeah.
that could witness this because my father doesn't know and my mommy
Yeah.
doesn't know. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
someone else that could witness how she gets treated so much better. But part of what I saw was like this girl, I don't want to say this poor girl because she's not, but like this, you know,
Yeah.
Gigi's a younger lady, and first her friends are excommunicating her from this cool trip that she can't go on. Now she's doing this thing, and her sister's telling her, you basically have nothing. Just show up. You're useless. Anything
Yeah.
beyond that, you're fucking useless. And you know, her father's been telling her she got to get a fucking job, and she wants to do something, but she's not vulnerable enough to really be open and say that.
Yeah.
It's always
She's
like,
got her guard up for sure.
yeah, it's like an
Yeah.
electric
Yeah.
fence is around her at all times. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
She's
so
definitely got her guard up.
yes, it's like a barbed wire electric fence that she's dealing with all the fucking time. So
Yeah.
she can't say that. She has to be, you know, well, I'm doing that. And you said no, well, that's what so everything just turns into like a headbutt. But again, some of that's Layla. She's the older sister. I feel like it's incumbent upon her, and she's a mother. You
Mhm.
know, Gigi is now, but she wasn't then. And
Yeah.
Layla was already a mother. Not she
Yeah.
just had her second baby.
There
So
is
I
a
think,
level of maturity that's like
yeah,
Gigi's the baby, she gets taken care of, no real responsibility.
a hundred
Layla's
percent.
over there running a household, 2 kids, trying to help her sister out with doing this extensions thing. And there's just so much over time that has probably just built up that she's
Yeah,
just kind
it's
of,
real easy for us to sit here and say what
yeah,
she should do, but we don't have the years in the foxhole. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And years of this. But you
can
know,
take a toll.
I still love how Gigi's like, I feel bad for my dad.
I know, that
It's
poor
like,
man.
well, just act right. If you feel
Yeah,
bad for your dad, stop
yeah,
fucking doing what you two do, and he'll be fine. You know what
yeah.
I mean? So
I think it's hilarious. He gets more mad about Layla telling him to hold on, Dad, than he did about when
she
Gigi's
was
like,
gonna
I'm gonna
stab him.
cut you next. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like
What
what?
the hell?
What?
Like,
That's so
no.
crazy.
But it's
It's so
okay. Gigi's
crazy.
gonna stab her in the face with a knife.
Yeah, I wish I could stab you right now.
I
Like,
know.
oh, all
I
right.
mean,
All
Whoa.
right.
Yeah.
Then so and again they're cutting back between scenes here, and
Mhm.
so now they're going. You see them going to Cabo, and the juice is about to be loose. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm sorry. Lily's a fucking wet blanket. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's always, this is what I would like to do.
Right.
And so
She's
why are you
like,
fucking going, dude? Everything,
I'm not a
this isn't me.
Mexico girl.
Yeah, I'm not a
What?
Mexico girl.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? I don't even understand.
It
Um,
wasn't
and that's
it was like
and
didn't
that's like
meet
the
her
fourth or fifth thing that
expectations.
she's done so far. Not in this
Yeah.
episode, but on the show. I'm not really a drinker. I'm
Hmm.
not, she's always not what they're doing. Then what the fuck are you doing here, dude? And
Yeah.
I guess that's probably why she didn't last. It's probably why, because I think producers have to see that too. It's like
Yeah.
everything that we're doing, it'd be one thing if that wasn't your type of thing, but you jumped in. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this is me, like I'm a fish out of water, but let me jump in the ocean and see what's going on. But it's not. She's literally, I don't like this.
Yeah.
And so, like, what do we
And
need
then
you here
she's
for?
got some pretty harsh judgments. Like I really just hate the fact that when they got to Mexico, she's like getting off the bus and she's like, I want my Louis Vuitton. And then they get to the rooms. She brings MJ a kimono or whatever, and then brings swimsuits for others. Like MJ couldn't fit into one of her swimsuits. Like that was just
And she
one of
knew
her
that
ways.
too. You know what
She
I mean?
was just so like picking at MJ. She
Well,
does it
again,
like little
and
things.
listen, they're just as responsible because, like I said, in every episode, if you notice, it
Yeah.
might be subtle, but they are
The compare
constantly
and
comparing
contrast.
one to the
Yeah.
other, all the way down to their pets. And to this
Yeah.
episode, it's what? The unpacking.
Right.
My wife unpacks like a maniac, and
Yeah.
fucking Laylee, whatever her name is
Yeah.
she's meticulous. She's down to the,
She
down.
brings her own like organizers and like
Yes,
cups for a
yes. My
toothbrush
wife
and
throws fucking shit in because again, man, there's for the people out there watching, there's an MJ and there's a
a
Lily.
Layla.
Layla, what's a
Lily,
Lily? Lily
whatever.
last.
Yeah, Lily.
Layla's
Yeah.
I don't know why Layla's on my head, but yeah, man. So um, like you could see it. Like I see it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I see what they're doing here. They want you to pick a side. And then, they have Gigi go pick the room for the party,
Oh,
which,
yeah.
just so you people know, she didn't pick that. She had
I
did
know.
none of that shit.
She just
That's
shows up
production.
and they're like, okay, they'll let us film here
Yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah, this
go
is gonna
and
be where you're gonna be doing it. Okay,
yeah,
cool. So
yeah. And
she
she
doesn't
brings
just
Omid like they're dating. They look like they're brother and sister or like it's awkward. Like they
it's a
could
great
be
way to put it.
cute.
They have a
Yeah.
very good chemistry together, but it's not a sexual
Yes.
chemistry. It
Right.
looks
Yeah.
like brother and sister.
Hmm.
Like, I would watch them as a couple do brother and sister things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't
Not
watch them do like Love Island. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It
They would
just
not
doesn't.
they're not for that.
No, it's not. It's not for that.
Mhm.
I think that yeah, I think that it's, and he's good. Oh, he's not bad. You know what I
He
mean?
seems like a decent guy, like a nice guy.
Yeah, and
But
I don't know if I mentioned on the last one, I might mention
yeah,
one, but my wife actually bumped into him recently. He's married. He lives in Texas. He's very happy. He's got a couple of kids, so things have worked
good
out
for
for him.
him. Yeah.
And
Did he
I
ever
don't,
get a nose job?
I I don't think so. Oh, I love
Good
my
for him.
Persian
I'm just
noses.
saying, yeah.
I love my Persian noses.
Yeah, yeah,
Now,
totally.
did they uh do you know? Because I haven't seen, but do they exit him from the show, or you just
I
never
don't
see him
remember
again?
him after I don't remember him after this season. Maybe like he pops in for like a party like later on down the road, but I don't
Got you.
remember him continuing.
And they never say like they never like show him breaking.
No,
Okay, gotcha.
no. It's like he was just kind of one of those like passing by friend characters, you know?
Got you. And there's some other interesting things in here, but I think the crux of the show is that dinner. that they go to in
Oh,
Cabo,
yeah.
where, well, first off, I want to give very big much hats off to my wife once again. So the type of person I'm
Wait,
dealing with.
wait.
She
Let's go
truly is
back to
Frank. She's Frank the Tank, dude.
yeah.
Like they're at this
She can
pool all day,
hang.
and
Yeah,
everybody's getting shit faced. Mike basically needs his mother to come fucking. He needs a diaper because
I
he doesn't
know.
know what's going on. They got
That
to go rescue Mike. They got to go get Mike. Oh, that's
yeah,
another thing. Little behind the scenes,
yeah.
because they paid for these trips or any of these trips or any of these shows, the reason that they easily get into any of the people's rooms is because the production has room keys. They've paid for the trip. So it's
Oh my
their room
God.
keys. So like they can, like Mike can't have too much and say, I'm going to go to sleep and I'll see you tomorrow. If
No.
production wants him to work, he's working. So that's why they go in and
They
wake him
literally
up.
will go in the bedroom and be like, Mike, you need to wake
You
up.
got to get the fuck up. Oh, 100%.
No. Oh no.
100%.
I
Yeah,
would probably
100%.
snap.
No,
Like,
100%. If yeah, man, if especially again, it's one thing if it's, just regular type of filming and today you don't feel well or some shit,
hmm
but like if you're on a trip, if you're at one of these destinations, that's a tentpole event, dude. You really got to have something wrong with you in order. You can't just be, I had too many or I got a
yeah.
headache. They don't give a shit, dude. They like you better buckle up, buttercup.
Get up, monkey. Go dance.
Yeah.
Go.
And if you could tell, Mike wasn't. They
No.
got him up, but he didn't.
Yeah.
At that dinner, he was
Yeah.
non-present, dude. He was there in spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was.
think he was even at the table. I don't remember him at the table.
I think he's just there in the physical form, dude. Like he's not. He has no
They
idea
just
what's.
propped him up.
He has no idea what's being said around him.
Mm,
He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And meanwhile, my wife drank just as much, and
yeah.
she was like the third person ready.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if it's something like, stay back, fellas. This drunk
She
broad's
paced
all mine.
herself.
Yeah,
She
so
paced
my
herself.
wife will drink you under the table. You know
It
what
was
I
that
mean?
Ambien that she took.
Yeah. Yeah, they're rooting through her pocketbook. It's not like I said, man. I feel like they're picking on my wife.
hmm
These three fucking hags are picking on my
Yeah,
wife,
I
and
know.
and again, man, I sit there and I watch, like I see a lot of people that have watched the show or comment, and I get it, man. My wife is an acquired taste. Not everybody's gonna love her,
She's
but
like that girl that can hang, and she's just like, there.
she's more of a girl, a guy's girl than a girl,
Yeah, yeah.
especially
I
at
can
this
relate
point in
with
the
her
show.
though. Yeah,
Especially at
yeah.
this point. That being said, though, like
Because
the other
Reza's
three
with the
people
girls, and
aren't
she's
nice to
supposed.
her. You know
Yeah,
what I
and
mean? They're
it's
not.
because her best friend is like like being the ringleader. I'm sorry, but like Reza, they
Yeah,
might have
he's not.
long
He's not.
history,
He's
but
he's not having her back.
no,
It's not like, yo,
absolutely
leave
not.
my girl alone. You know what I mean?
No.
It's like if you've been friends with someone for 30 years, right?
hmm
I've been friends with people 30. They have things that bother the fuck out of you. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
totally. Yeah.
Obviously, they have things that you love about them, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. But they have things that bother the fuck out of you about them. And that's
Yeah.
what he's focusing on.
I know.
That's
And
what
he's
that's
like,
it's like he's looking at the things that like now I can use this time to like point out the things that really get on my nerves about her because other people see them too. And I promise you, most people would if you
it's
hung out with my wife for a while and we took a poll, most of those are going to come back with the same like 8 things. You know what
sure.
I mean? So
I
it's
feel like if Reza was acting like a friend that he's supposed to be towards her, like the other girls would be treating her differently as well.
100%. Not
Yeah.
to mention, I would think that he knows them this long. Part of me would be like, yo, man, what are you gonna say about me?
Right. Totally.
You know what I mean? Like,
hmm
this is your friend
This
for a
is
long
supposed to be your
time.
best
Right
friend,
away,
and
you're
you
like,
talk.
oh, she does this, she does that.
hmm
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like, well, what's gonna happen? Like, we're simpatico now, but what's gonna happen if you know what I mean? I do something
Like,
to
look
ruffle
with
your
Mike,
feathers.
like when he like is trying to set up that whole work thing with Mike, and he just is like tosses MJ to the side. I didn't even think that they were working together, but he's like
They're
making
not.
it sound like,
They weren't. That's what I mean. That's the other
yeah,
part that just doesn't make sense. Like my wife and him were never partners. That's her office. He's working in her office. They put him in there for the show for filming.
oh,
Like
Okay.
they don't have any business together. Like when he's like, she's never here. Who gives a shit? You know
So
what I
then
mean?
he just gives what's not his to Mike. Like,
you know, not, but now he's going to partner with Mike because,
yeah.
from my understanding, for what Reza wasn't that great at real estate. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like he wasn't like he was. I'm not saying he was destitute or he was terrible, but he wasn't that great. And Mike
Okay.
clearly is not that great either. And I think that
No.
they're hoping that by partnering together
Uh,
and being on TV,
mhm.
you know, because $1 Million Listing, I believe, was a show right now at
Yeah.
this point, or just was kind of starting up.
Yeah.
I know will be the Persian, you know, like
Mhm.
we'll crush selling real estate together, bro. But like the first thing they did was a photo shoot. It wasn't
I
like
know.
going out and prospecting, knocking on doors. It was
No.
let's take pictures, you know?
Right.
So like, and my wife said production might have had something to do with that too. Okay, touche. But
Mhm.
you know, I like I said, I don't feel that, you know, now again, my wife's an easy target because she can be bitchy. She's not, you know, she's nice unless you're
I
bitchy.
feel,
And if you're
yeah.
bitchy, she's going to be bitchy. You know what I mean? So she's going to meet it. And sometimes, you know, she's like, if nothing's been resolved, she's going to still be bitchy. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
and again, she's not perfect. She said some fucked up things here too. I just like, but at the end of the day, it's 3-1. And I
Mhm.
think, you know, at the dinner, she was having a moment there. She was trying to open up when she's
Right.
talking about therapy, and she's talking about the first time she's ever been to therapy, and that she had a, you know, she had a memory, a real vivid memory of the first of a fight between a mother and father that really was the fight that broke things up. And
Mhm.
she was trying to be open about it, and they weren't hearing her.
No.
And then, you know, she basically said something like, you know, I
She's.
didn't really know Lily, you
Mhm.
know, and
But I'm
so
sharing this information amongst, like, new,
yeah, not other
like,
people, associate
acquaintances. Yeah.
acquaintances.
Yeah.
Yes. And I don't
And it was
Sammy
supposed,
picked up on it right away.
yeah.
Sammy was like, yo, man, she didn't mean that bad. You're taking it bad. And I
Right.
think Lily was already waiting with fangs out. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? She
And
was
nobody
already,
will let them talk. Like, no one could say one thing. They were just biting their heads off, like,
and again,
immediately.
my wife, who I love to death, but you know, she's one of the most difficult people on earth to have a conversation with because like she'll get stuck. You'll
Yeah.
see her. You'll see her
Uh-huh.
like she'll get stuck in
Yeah.
fucking space on a thought.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, you
Reel
gotta
her
circle it,
in.
reel her back
Yeah.
in, reel her
Uh-huh.
in, and then she'll
I
be
could
like,
see
what
that.
the fuck was that? What was I talking about? You're like, what the fuck, lady? I'm just watching your lips move. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
get that. And but that hurts her in a setting like this because she can't get it out. That's why
Right.
Sammy, who actually knows
It's,
her longest and is closest
mhm.
to her, is like, "Yeah, man, you guys are wrong." But he doesn't have enough clout on the show at this point either, where he
Right.
could kind of shut them all up because they all ran with it. Like Asa
Mhm.
Reza, they're all quick to be like, "Oh,
They
bitch."
were,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, they
they were
all went at
feeding
her,
off
man.
of each other. They were
Yeah,
just,
and
yeah.
they, but it was like they were waiting for it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They were, and yeah, man, I like, and I'm not even going to say Lily was wrong because if that's what she felt in that
Mhm.
moment, then that's what. But she didn't hear it. Is all I'm saying. Like she was already had the guard up. Is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like she, like it was just she was already had the defense that she didn't like. Nobody was listening to each other. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like they were all talking, but nobody was actually doing any listening. And I feel
Yeah.
like if they all sat kind of listened to each other, they would have had a better moment. Um, that's one of the instances. Yeah, yeah, that's one of the instances that I think that Mike being all fucked up hurt because Mike
Yeah.
would be the type of
Would have stepped
person.
in. Yeah.
Yes, that's always been Mike's thing throughout the whole
Mhm.
of the show is to kind of
Yeah.
mediate, not necessarily
Yeah.
take sides, but mediate between the two. So you're saying this, and so you're saying that. Am I
Yeah.
hearing that correctly? All right, so you know, and he wasn't there for that. So, like I said,
No.
he cried. And then my wife gets into insult mode. You know what I mean? That's just how, like, it's how she is. She doesn't like if you get into a
Even though she was throwing like a dig, I still felt like she was still trying to be like kind of cool about it. Like she was.
I think she was trying to get Reza to be like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing with these
Mhm.
girls, dude? You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, why am I fighting with you and them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why? What is that about? Like, why are we
Yeah.
not? Like, what are you doing on that side of the fence? You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
You're my friend. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think there was a lot of that, and I listen. I think Reza knows in order for it to be a good TV show and to get season 3 out of this thing, there needs to be some rivalry, and he's willing to, fight with his friend
Sacrifice
about.
a friendship.
Well, no, I don't think it's that. I think that we'll make up when this is over. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we got it's filming in 3 months. We'll make up when it's over. She'll get it. When she sees this, she'll understand why I was doing it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And teach their own, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my wife is still friends with Reza. So like
It
anything that's ever
seems
happened,
phony though. It just seems kind of phony. Like
well,
fake drama. He's
yeah.
conjuring fake drama for a show.
Well, in hindsight, I think you think that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
In the moment, I don't necessarily, because again, I'm still more surprised of how many people I've seen like be on their side and like for this time of the
Mhm.
show. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I'm not saying my wife, if there's a scoreboard here, I'm not saying it's 100-0. My wife, has maybe got 30. You know what I mean? But there's
Okay.
definitely 70 on the other side, dude. Like
Sure.
they're definitely like that side of the seesaw is definitely tipping higher than anything that my wife's putting out there. Um, so I don't know how it's gonna be going
I think
forward.
it changes a lot down the road.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, seasons down the road,
Okay.
like, you know, MJ becomes more of I mean, not that they should ever be divided because they're such good friends, but I think there's definitely like the Reza supporters and the MJ supporters when it comes to that.
Oh yeah, I think that yes, I think right now it's a lot more Reza, meaning Reza
Totally.
supporters. I think
Yeah.
that Reza's been the rocket ship of the show at this point.
Yeah.
Like he's the one that everybody is
He's
talking
friends with
about.
everybody
Yeah,
and
he's the
he's
one that like get him on another show. You know what I mean? Like at
yeah.
this moment in time, while shot like when they're filming,
Hmm.
while this is happening, and again, this isn't even in my purview, dude. Like I'm not watching any of these shows.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the stuff that's going on in that world. My guess is from everything I've seen, everything I've read, everything I've heard, is that although my wife's great, she's more of an also ran at this point. Rez is the guy. Like if you
Hmm.
think of Shahs of Sunset or what's that new show about Persians? It's on Bravo. Who's
Yeah.
that? Reza. Reza,
Hmm.
Reza, Reza. That's the name you're going to keep hearing. It ain't Asa. It's not
Hmm.
MJ. It's not Lily. It's not
Yeah.
Mike. The name you're going to keep hearing is him at this point in time. Where, like you said, as the show progresses, I think that evens out a lot. I
Hmm.
think that it's Reza and MJ. You
Yeah.
hear a lot like I still don't think it's Mike and Us. I think you do hear those names. There are people,
Sure.
yeah, but I think like the touchstone or the benchmark of the show, I think it's Reza and MJ and their relationship, and they're a little
Hmm.
bit more neck and neck as the show progresses. That's at least my
Yeah.
experience or my understanding.
Yeah. That's how I saw it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, man, I wish we got this done the fucking first time. I apologize that it didn't work out correctly, and for
Oh
those
my god.
listening, like I said, these mistakes aren't going to happen anymore, right? Yeah, and
Fingers crossed.
yeah, fingers crossed. But this is
Yeah.
great. Thank you for doing this with me again, Cindy. You were
Yeah.
great.
Shut up,
Christy.
dude. I swear to God. Are you doing this on purpose?
Little bit,
Okay. All right.
little bit, little bit, little
Like,
bit.
who
But I'm
the
happy you
hell
caught
is
it. I'm happy you
Cindy?
caught it. I'm happy you caught it. But yes, you've been fantastic. You're a boy.
All right.
Fun. Yeah. What, buddy? What? What do you want? A
Oh,
cigarette?
thanks.
You want a cigarette?
Yeah.
What do you want? He keeps coming in here asking me for shit because he knows I got to kind of say yes right now.
Yeah.
What do you want? A
Just say
handgun?
yes.
What do you want? Keys to the car? What do you want? What?
Oh,
Okay, yeah. Without further
oh my
ado,
God.
I got to go run after this
All right.
rugrat. Thank you so
Go.
much for checking in.
Thanks, Tommy.
Best episode ever. And I hope you have a
Yeah.
great rest of your week, okay?
Okay. Adios.
Oh, bye bye.
Bye.